My name is Jan Northenscold. I moved to Playa about 2 years ago. This was after vacationing in the area for between 10 and 12 years. Each year that we came here, we fell more and more in love with the area. And while we were vacationing here, we noticed a lot of street animals, cats and dogs, that were in need of help. And there are a lot of people, expats and tourists and locals, who have a big concern for the street animals and the problem here. So we started when we were vacationing here, getting involved with that. We rescued a couple of animals ourselves, 2 dogs, moved them back to the U.S. with us. And the time came 2 years ago when we were done working. I was working in real estate and my husband was about to retire. And so we packed up our dogs and came back down to Playa. That was October of 2011. Within the first month we were here, we started a civil association for Playa Animal Rescue. So we're now a legal registered Mexican charity. And in the next 4 months after that, we got the donation of the land, the donation of the building costs, and built the shelter and moved the dogs in March of 2012. The shelter has one full-time employee, that's Mauricio Ramirez. He's our vet, and he's also the co-director of the shelter. I'm the other co-director of the shelter. My position is voluntary. All of the administrative duties that are fulfilled for Playa Animal Rescue are voluntary. And we have a couple of caretakers that come in and keep everything clean and nice. When we accept animals into the shelter, it's solely dependent on having space in quarantine. So when the animals come in, they have to spend 15 days in quarantine to make sure that they don't have any diseases that they can spread to the other animals. We take rescuing the dogs very, very seriously, and we make a commitment to them to keep them healthy and happy and find them a great home. Well, this is a passion of mine, so I spend a fair amount of time. For the first year to year and a half, it was probably 7 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day. But now I've got Mauricio Ramirez, who's our veterinarian and who helps me run the shelter, has taken a lot of that load off of my back. So I'm happy to say I take the occasional afternoon off now and enjoy where I live, because I do live in paradise. But together, Mauricio and I work on all the government permits that are needed. We work on anything that has to do with the government, on making sure that our accounts are well done and that we're in good stead there, and any licenses that we need, any errands that need to be run, repairs for the shelter, shopping for the shelter, making sure the dogs are healthy, vaccinating, spaying and neutering. There's a lot to be done. I do. I have 4 dogs. My limit is 2, so of course I have 4. All 4 of my dogs are Mexican street dogs from the Playa area. I adopted my first dog about 6 years ago, and the second dog was 3 years ago. And after I moved here 2 years ago, I've fostered 2 dogs, and I've been unable to give them up. So I guess it's fair to say I really have 4. Well, there's really nothing that I don't love about Playa. I mean, clearly the area is beautiful. It's world-class beaches. I love the people, the culture, the music, the food. When I'm not here, probably my favorite thing to do is spend time with my friends, finding that quiet little beach and taking food and maybe a cooler of beer along to have a relaxing afternoon. You can't beat that.